Would you like a way of reading more great books? Well, have you considered listening to audiobooks? Hi there, my name is Brian Collins and I've been a member of Audible for a few years now. And in this video, I'm going to explain why Audible is a great service if you want to read more often. Essentially, you sign up to Audible by taking out a subscription, much like with Spotify. For that, you get a credit that you can use to buy an audiobook of your choice. And you can listen to that on the go using the Audible app for your iPhone or your Android device. And I typically listen to these audiobooks while I'm at the gym or while I'm out for a walk or while it's connected to a no hands-free or hands-free kit in my car. However, what I really like about Audible is that when I'm finished listening to the book on my iPhone, and let's say I get home that night and I'm in bed and I want to read the book, well, if I buy the ebook version of it, thanks to a clever technology called WhisperSync, I can actually read the book from where I left off listening that day. Of course, the caveat is that I have to buy the ebook as well, but Audible and Amazon do give you a discount if you buy both versions of the book. And then the next morning, if I'm on the train or on the bus or out for a walk, I can actually resume listening on my iPhone from where I finished reading the night before. Now, more recently, I've been using one of these to listen to my audiobooks. This is an Amazon Alexa, and I have one set up in the sitting room and one in the kitchen. And all I have to say is, Alexa, play audiobook, and it'll resume playback from where I finished listening the previous day. And I think this is a great way of getting through and reading more great books that perhaps you otherwise wouldn't have had time to get through. So I joined Audible in the UK several years ago before switching to the US version of Audible, and I'll explain why in a moment. But basically, you can see my library here on screen, and I have dozens of different books in my UK library on Audible. One of my favourite non-fiction books of the past few years was the audiobook Principles, Life and Work by Ray Dalio. And of course, if you're looking for fiction, there's Zorba the Greek. I actually have dozens of different books that I've bought over the years with my credits. For approximately $15, you can pick from one of the thousands of books on Audible. Now, I did change to audible.com more recently, and I did that because I had some amazon.com vouchers I wanted to use, and also because there's a different selection of books on amazon.com. There was no issue with cancelling my subscription in Audible in the UK, and I was able to set up a subscription on audible.com without issue. I still have access to my library and to all my books on Audible in the UK, and I have a new library on audible.com where I can access my new books. The other reason why I did this is that my Kindle and my Alexa and so on are linked to my amazon.com account. So when I wanted to use WhisperSync, I also needed to have my Audible account linked to amazon.com. So that's worth bearing in mind if you're interested in using WhisperSync. I would also say to you that if you're unhappy with a book, you can return it, no problem. A couple of years ago, I bought a book and I wasn't happy with it, and I contacted Audible and they gave me back my credit and took back the book in question. So I hope you can see that Audible is a great service if you want to read and listen to more great books while you're on the go, and it's definitely something I'd recommend. Now, if you want to get started with Audible and you're unsure what audiobooks to get, I've actually put together a list of great fiction and non-fiction books, and the details are in the link below this video. And if you've got questions, please also ask me in the comment section below this video, and I'll answer or I'll help if I can.